On the bear's first day in prison, he made a huge mistake. While washing the prisoners' uniforms, he accidentally put a red sock into the washing machine. By the time he realized what he had done, it was already too late. He pulled on the washing machine door with all his strength, but it wouldn't open. Instead, the handle snapped off. Now, all he could do was stand there helplessly. A little later, every prisoner's uniform had turned pink. Because of that one mistake, he became the enemy of the entire prison. Wherever he went, every prisoner glared at him angrily. Even so, he gathered the courage to sit down and eat with them. But as soon as he took his first bite, he felt like throwing up. Without thinking, he blurted out, "This food isn't good at all." A prisoner sitting across from him warned, "Don't mess with the cook." But the other prisoners laughed and said, "If you can convince the cook to improve the food, no one in this prison will ever bother you again." The moment he heard that, the bear stood up and walked straight to the kitchen. All the prisoners watched him silently. The bear walked up to the kitchen counter and said, "Who makes such terrible food?" Hearing that, even the guard got nervous. Just then, the cook stormed over in anger. At that moment, the bear accidentally spilled ketchup all over the cook. The bear climbed up to clean him, but instead of cleaning, he made an even bigger mess. Furious, the cook snapped his rolling pin in half. The bear looked behind him for help, but all the prisoners had already hidden under the tables in fear. In a rage, the cook lifted the bear with one hand and shouted, "Tonight's dinner will be bear meat." Hearing that, the bear started trembling with fear. But then, he quickly pulled out the sandwich he had brought and stuffed it right into the cook's mouth. The sandwich tasted so amazing that the cook had never eaten anything like it before. The cook smiled and said, "From today, you'll help me in the kitchen, and no one will ever bother you again." The next day was the bear's first day working in the kitchen. He put on the cook's uniform and wore a chef's hat. The cook asked him to prepare breakfast. A little later, the cook noticed that the bear was working very hard, so he joined in to help. Together, they squeezed fresh oranges. Then they heated the juice. They added sugar and water. And finally, breakfast was ready. By then, the other prisoners had arrived for their meal. The bear served breakfast to everyone. At the cook's signal, everyone started eating.